And so I want to speak about mastering attraction marketing. You know, I'm all about attraction marketing. I personally think it's the most enjoyable way to build a business, just point blank. I wouldn't, now that I know about it, I wouldn't want to build my business using any other strategy. Maybe something will come along in the future, but for right now, I'm telling you, attraction marketing is the way to go. But in order to master it, there are three elements that you need to really understand. And those three elements are attraction, influence, and enrollment. Three. And the reason you need to understand it is because at any given time, your contacts, your network, is sort of moving through those phases sequentially, like one after the other. Whereas you will be in any of those three, or I should say all of those three stages really at any given time. And the reason it's so important to understand what phase you're in is because there's a bit of nuance and a way that you'll communicate with your contacts, and that's determined by the phase that they're in. So understanding the little difference between attraction, influence, and enrollment will really help you to maximize your efforts and build your business effectively using attraction marketing. So it's very well worth paying attention. But before we jump into it any further, if I'm new to you, my name is Jo Edgecombe. I'm an online marketer helping networking moms to leverage the power of social media to build huge teams online using attraction marketing. So that's why this is so important to me. So let's start at the beginning. I know you've heard this before, and I am going to say it again. I have my notes here to make sure I don't miss anything out, because this is really important. You all know that we don't sell commodities, we sell solutions. You've heard it, it's on all the posts and everything. But it's really important because, as I mentioned in the post I did yesterday, if you were around, we're building You Inc. We're building our business, and our networking company is just a tool that we're using. So what we don't want to do is brand ourselves as a company, because we want to get to know people. We want to build up our relationship, not the company's relationship, with our contacts. And that brings us to the first element, which is attraction. Now, if you've done your setup properly, which, as I said, I've done in other posts, how to set up your profile and how to make sure that you are making the best first impression, then you start to have people being attracted to you. And the important part of the attract element is that it allows your prospects to demonstrate their interest. So you're putting out your content, you're demonstrating your expertise, you're giving them valuable information about a problem that they have and how to fix it, and what life could be like if they would fix that problem, and you would help them, if they would allow you to help them fix their problem. And they demonstrate their interest. They show their attraction to you, which is by engaging with your content, liking your content, asking you questions, messaging you on Messenger, emailing you. However they do it, they demonstrate that they are interested, right? And that's the attraction phase. And let me tell you why that is just mega. If you get the attraction part right, then you have an evergreen network. You have a network that never goes cold, because you're constantly attracting new people. Of the however many billion people there are on earth right now, you're continuously attracting new ones to you. And so as people maybe leave your network for different reasons, you have more coming in. So it's always being replenished, and it's always warm. You're never in a cold pond. So that's why we want to get this attraction part right. So you're putting your content out, your content is valuable, and people are attracted to you, not to your company. They're attracted to you because you're sharing such good, valuable information with them. And as they interact with you and as they engage with you, you start to have a bit of influence on them, and that's the second element. Now, influence is an opportunity for you to gain their trust. It's not the time for you to be forcing product down their throat. It's just a time to sort of underpin the relationship that they've built up through the attraction. And as you gain influence, you gain their trust. They actually appreciate and consider your input when they're making a decision, which is like the hallelujah place to be. So you're continuously attracting and you're continuously building that influence. And then you come down to the enrollment. And enrollment is, well, it's what it sounds like. It's the point where now you're having a conversation about them taking action. But here's the thing. If someone comes to you and you know they're new to you and they're just in that attraction phase, you're not having an enrollment conversation. You're simply talking through their problem. You're talking about where they are with their, health or their weight loss or their, savings or their finances, whatever it is, whatever the solution is that you've been posting content about. You're just talking to them about that, getting to know them a little bit better, and you're building up that relationship with them. If they've already been kind of speaking with you and you're getting bits of engagement with them, maybe you could start to have a bit of a deeper conversation. What is it that they're looking for? And start kind of picking out a bit more substance from them, which is fine. And then, of course, when you get into the enrollment conversations, you're talking about what action they want to take. But that does not happen in your first, there's a caveat there. Generally, that doesn't happen in your first conversation. That happens a few conversations in, after you've done the first sort of hi, hello, how are you, who are you, right? The little caveat that I'd say is this. Sometimes your contacts will move through those phases on their own. They'll come across you and be attracted. You'll build up influence with them just merely by the content that you're putting out, because it's that good. And they will actually be in enrollment phase by the time they reach out to you, even the first time. And that's a good, if you find that someone's already there, then go for it. Have that conversation, and make sure that you can help them to solve their problem. And remember that as well, that the enrollment conversation isn't a natural close. It's not a natural sign or give me your money. It's actually, yes, this is the right solution for you, and here you go, you can take that step. Or it might be, actually, it looks like you'd be better off elsewhere, and you could guide them there, and you could continue to serve them. That's the brilliant thing about this. Just because you can't give them your product right now or your services right now doesn't mean that you throw them away. You actually just continue serving them. You continue giving them information, because who's to say that down the line they won't need it? Or who's to say they don't know someone right now that does need it, and because they've had an enrollment conversation with you, they can't go to that person and say, hey, I thought I needed this, but maybe you need it, and they bring a friend in or a family member in. That's how this works. And I've spoken about the funnel before. At the top is the attract, in the middle is the influence, and then they kind of shoot out the bottom with enrollment. But that's how it works, and it's continuously being replenished and continuously being built up, and your business is always new and always fresh, because new people are continuously joining. That is the power of attraction marketing. And if you can get those elements right and understand the nuance and the difference between the attraction to the influence and the influence to the enrollment, then you'll be having really effective conversations. And how good does that sound? If that sounds good, give me a thumbs up, because that's the honey spot, where you're having conversations that actually build the relationship based on where they are. Think of it like dating. You don't go on a first date all dressed up in a wedding dress and just ready to say I do. You, at least I hope not. No, you go and you get to know the person. You have a few dates at least, and the relationship moves on. as well, you might have one date and go, wow, that was terrible. Let's never do that again. And that's fine, because you'll attract someone else. So, don't pounce, build it up. And, I wanted to go into content a little bit, but I'm not going to do that yet, because this part is really important. So what I would say to you is this: look at your personal profile first of all, and make sure you're making a good first impression. Your profile picture should be just you, nice smiling picture, something that's inviting. And your banner, use something like canva.com. Amazing, because they actually have the Facebook templates. And here's a top tip: when you're creating your template on Canva, upload it, check it on your phone, check it on a laptop if you can, and because you might need to tweak it. The template is great, but sometimes it shows a bit big or it shows a bit small, and you can tweak it in a heartbeat and upload another one, check it, tweak it until you get it the way you want it. And then your first impression with your contacts. Perfect. And once you've done that, then it's just a case of posting. You already know your products, you already know your service, you know what solutions they offer. Start telling people, start getting the word out there, start talking about their surface level want and their deeper desire. So their surface level want, as I said before, might be to lose 20 pounds. But the deeper desire is actually to be able to play with their kids, to not be at risk of diabetes, to not have backaches or whatever it is, to be more mobile. Speak to their want, but then speak to their desires as well. And you can do all of that without mentioning a product or a company. You're just sharing really valuable, really useful information to them. And that's it. So go get your profile sorted. Give me a huge thumbs up if this has been useful. Feel free to share it if you think that someone else could benefit from this information as well. I'm happy to have it, taken off the page and elsewhere. Other than that, whatever you're doing, take care. God bless. Until next time, bye.